And then next on our item, it's a speech by class representative. So please welcome me as we invite Gold Watana Ogini for the class representative speech.
The moderator, Mrs. Olushola Awodu. Thank you, ma, for that lovely introduction. The president, World Leadership and Inspirational Foundation, Mr. Charles Awodu. Thank you, sir. And to everyone here present, you are all welcome. The Pioneers Leadership Foundation Class of 2022, congratulations. Congratulations to you all and to your loved ones here present. Congratulations to myself as well and my loved ones. I am very sure that you all are very happy to witness this day, aren't you? I'm very glad to be part of this class as one of the pioneers of this great institution from World Leadership and Inspirational Foundation Incorporated. And on behalf of my fellow graduates, thank you for choosing me as the class day speaker. Speaking of institutions, I attend Success International College, Ondo State, Nigeria. Please don't allow the college in the name to deceive you. It is a high school. I'm only 13 by the way and in SS1, an equivalent of 10th grade in American school system. But that's the name of my school. In my school, there is what is called the Judgment Day. It takes place periodically. On that day, students that performed poorly for the period would be reprimanded, while the outstanding student would receive gifts and a very prestigious presidential handshake. And I was privileged to receive the presidential handshake even in the last episode that took place in May this year. I told this story not so I could mention the name of my school on this platform, which of course is not a bad idea though. I told this story to highlight the need to motivate people to become leaders, because if I have to give a title to this speech, that would be the title. After my first presidential handshake, I remember saying to myself I would never miss this precious gesture anytime the opportunity presents itself. And that simply means I must work harder, because too much is given, much is expected. There has been a long-standing debate whether leaders are born or made. In my humble opinion, leaders are either born or made. The king and the queen, the prince and the princess are born leaders. For instance, those born into the royal families of their royal majesties, the Oba of Benin and the Oni of Ife, and those born into the royal family of our royal majesty, the Queen of the United Kingdom and the other Commonwealth realms, are all leaders by birth. I think it is fascinating therefore to know that those who are not fortunate to be born into royal families, those we are not privileged to be born leaders, can still become leaders by training. A tool which of course even the born leaders equally need to be good leaders. If training is this vital in leadership, then any person or organization that is offering such training to people so they could become leaders should be respected and appreciated. It is on this premise that World Leadership and Inspirational Foundation comes to mind. I remembered when my kid brother and I attended the Young Leadership Summit for the first time. What I saw, what I heard, what I felt. I just knew that there was no better place to be at such time. What was most humbling is the fact that the whole thing was absolutely free. Since then, my brother and I are always looking forward to the next edition of the summit. Later on, I was invited as a guest speaker in one of the Young Leadership Summits. I was glad as I considered the invite as an opportunity to share with my colleagues part of what I had learned from the same platform without paying a dime. Freely you have received, freely give. That's what the Holy Book says, and that was what I did, or so I thought. But before I knew it, an honorarium was sent to me from the leadership of Holy Foundation. I was taken aback. I didn't see it coming. That was a sacrifice from a leader to motivate the led to becoming a leader. As young leaders, we must imbibe that skill. That was not all. The foundation extended her hand of fellowship and what she knows how to do best, which is community building, to my community as well, by sponsoring the free distribution of my book, Returning to My Origin, which I published when I was 9 years old and currently selling on Amazon. We made the free distribution to school libraries in our communities, the project that was so dear to my heart. That was leadership at its peak. As young leaders, we must replicate such acts. If you have an opportunity to motivate someone to becoming a leader, though it may place a cost on you, don't miss it. John Maxwell said, "Be willing to sacrifice pleasure for opportunity." Someone asked, if everyone is a leader, who would be the led? Well, as long as given birth remains, the led shall not cease from the land, because it is not every newborn that is a born leader. And it takes intelligence and humility for anyone to want to be the led, because the led today would become leaders tomorrow. Class of 2022. A couple of months back, we commenced this leadership class. Today, we have completed it. We made it, right? Congratulations. I would like to share a few thoughts with us. First, what we have learned in here shall be tested out there. At the end of today, or better still after today, we will be leaders by certificates. Leadership is much more than that. Leadership is practicality in its values. Leadership is responsibility in its ideals. I'm not saying that we don't have all of this. No, not at all. At least not after all the leadership values that have been inculcated in us in the course of this class. And not after all the leadership qualities we exhibited while the class lasted. But as young leaders, we must constantly remind ourselves about these basic truths. It will help us to keep at it and consistently work on ourselves to be better version of the leaders we are today, tomorrow. Barack Obama said, "No matter how much you have done or how successful you have been, there is always more to do, always more to learn, and always more to achieve." Second, it is not how much we gained in the class that matters, but how well we utilize what we gained to serve humanity. In the parable of the talent that was told by Jesus Christ in the Bible, the master referred to two of his servants as good and faithful, and to one of his servants as wicked and slothful. Not because some had multiple talents and another had a single talent. It was because some valued and traded with what they had, and another despised and hid what he had. Finally, it is very important to not just do that which is good, but to do that which is right, and to do it always. Class of 2022, congratulations. Thank you.
Awesome. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was a great one. That was a great speech.